This is the Chapter 5 presentation for Technology, Digital Media, and Curriculum Integration by Courtney Baker, Michaela McGowan, Sherelle Taylor, and Raquel Ward. These are the chapter objectives. Name and define the elements of digital media. Define and explain curriculum standards and learning benchmarks. Explain technology integration, also called curriculum integration. Describe the use of computers in computer labs and media centers versus classroom instruction. Identify ways in which technology can positively influence learning. Identify ways to plan for technology integration. Explain various planning tools and instruction models. Describe the various steps of the Assure model. Identify ways to get started using technology at a new school. Describe the use of learning centers and interactive whiteboard. Copyright and fair use. Copyright. Protected by copyright laws, and you must obtain permission from owner if you would like to use anything that belongs to them. Fair use. Limited use on items on the web without permission of the owner.
What is digital media? The terms such as technology, multimedia, and digital media are not mutually exclusive, but they do overlap and are commonly used interchangeably. Digital media is comprised of the terms technology, multimedia, and digital media. Technology was introduced and associated with computer use in the classroom. Multimedia involves a variety of elements such as text, graphics, audio, animation, and video. And digital media are technologies that allow users to create new forms of interaction, communication, expression, as well as entertainment in all digital formats. Interactivity. Interactivity is an essential feature of digital media application. With digital media, students are flexible and can become a part of these learning adventures and much more without having to actually set foot outside the classroom. Digital media allows students to explore the world with learning and interaction like never before, and digital media has changed the way people work, learn, and play. Digital media software and interactive digital media. Digital media software is any computer-based application or presentation software that uses multimedia elements or components. Digital media includes interaction, but not all of digital media is considered to be interactive digital media. And interactive digital media is software which allows users to move through information at their own pace. It also entails the process of input from the use of means of a keyboard, voice pointing devices such as a mouse, finger movements, and performs an action in response. Examples of digital and interactive digital media. Here is just a picture of a young lady who is using a touchscreen device to navigate and use digital technology to gain a response into a question or action. And here's just continued examples of interactive digital media. Here is a picture of an interactive smartboard and the use of digital media that's interactive inside the classroom.
Okay, so we have text, graphs, audio, and video. A text is a fundamental component used in all digital multimedia, which can be used for like cell phones when you're texting your friends or what have not. A graphic is a non-textual information, including charts, photos, and drawings. So you can use graphics for when maybe you want a shirt, printing on a shirt. So like a picture. I know for NCNW we had a graphic designer to design our shirt for personal. Animation could be used for like gaming or any like cartoon thing. Like if you're watching cartoons, your kids are watching cartoons. That's what animation is. And you have audio and video, which are what we're using now to for our PowerPoint. You can use video for music, like music videos, and which is what music artists use for their music. Why digital media apps are important for education? Apps to a variety of learning styles, helping every student learn himself on a unique way, which ensures success. So each child learns a different way. No child learns the same way. I mean, that you do have a group of people that do learn the same way, but each child is different. So you have kinesthetic learning, you have visual learning, and you also have audio learning. Um, so also assist teacher in meeting diverse learning styles, combining interactive. Like I know for the child that I teach, she is a visual learner, so we have to when she's learning math, she learns with like drawing out her pictures. So it also helps the teacher learn. Teacher help her, with the way she learns. You also have digital media software is engaging and motivational to today's students. Like I said, them having pictures and different ways of like different pictures or different ways of showing them will help them in the future or with whatever they're learning, so they're not stuck on just one person, the whole class learning the same style, and it doesn't accommodate them. Curriculum and technology integration. Curriculum is also designed at a state or school district level by a team of curriculum specialists, instructional leaders, and other experts. So, curriculum is what a teacher has to go by to teach us. Like, she has objectives for each chapter that she's teaching us, or um, how the test needs to be formatted based on the curriculum. Um, so many states are adapted to the Common Core state standards, which is I know in North Carolina is the that's the what they go by as Common Core state standards. So it's just how they're I guess plan on teaching the students. Technology integration is a combination of technology parts such as hardware and software together with a subject related. So that is like the parts of the computer and like smart boards and interactive things that they can use to for technology. Um, there are barriers to technology integration such as lack of teacher training, security restraints, lack of computer placement in a remote location, and also budget constraints. So if a computer breaks down, sometimes the school doesn't have enough money to get that computer fixed or the computer's fixed. Um, so security constraints, like they don't want the kids to log on certain things because they don't want the kids' information getting out into the world. And teacher training, they don't teach the teachers like they're supposed to help them with the students.
Barriers to technology include lack of teacher training, lack of administration support, which can mean that administration might not try to push hard for new technologies as teachers would, computer placement in remote locations, which makes access to network connection difficult, budget constraints, and lack of high speed school networks, which slows down the classroom. The learning process. The different types of learning are authentic learning, which are instructional activities that demonstrate real life connections by associating the concept being taught with a real life experience or event. participatory learning, which occurs when students become engaged in inquiring, investigating, reflecting, solving problems, and formulating and answering questions. Anchor-based instruction, providing a knowledge base on which students can build on. And problem-based instruction, which students use the background information to begin to solve and understand complex problems or concepts. Technology integration in the learning process. There is cooperative learning, which is a method of instruction in which students work collaboratively in groups to achieve standards and related learning objectives. Cooperative classroom activities, which involve student-centered with the teacher serving as the facilitator and the students as information seekers. Higher order thinking skills, which are the abilities to solve problems, engage in critical thinking, and interpret and solve complex issues. Planning for technology integration in the classroom. One computer classroom must plan to maximize the effectiveness of that one computer, mostly used for the teacher. Two computer classroom, one computer could be used for the teacher planning and the other might be used as a writing center or for students to create digital media projects. More than two computers, the teacher can choose to set up their classroom in a single learning center or several learning centers where they can rotate as they complete projects or activities. Computer Lab Media Center allows teachers to provide learning opportunities such as a hands-on experience, tutorials, remediation, and whole class instruction. The Assure model was developed in the late 1990s by Heinrich Mollenda, Russell, and Smolderio. It is a procedural guide for planning and delivering instruction that integrates technology and media into the teaching process. The A stands for Analyze the Learner. Who are they? What are their skill levels? What are their learning styles? State objectives is S. What do you want learners to learn? What are the specific learner outcomes? The next S is for select methods, media, and materials. What media is important? What materials will you need? U is for utilizing methods, media, and materials. How are things used? What is your instructional strategy? R is for require learner participation. What will they be required to do? How will they engage? And E is for evaluate and revise. Where objectives met, how will you evaluate content and technologies used? How will you revise and improve? Planning lessons with technology. The KWL chart is an instructional planning chart to assist a teacher in identifying student understanding of curriculum standards and related objectives. K stands for what do the students already know? W, what do you want them to know? And L, what did they learn? For the KWHL charts, the KW and the H are the same. Well, the KW and the L are the same, and the H is for how students learn.
Digital media presentations involve producing various digital media elements, defining the elements' relationships to each other, and then sequencing them in an appropriate order. Microsoft PowerPoint and Apple Keynote allow teachers and students to create digital media presentations that can incorporate text, graphics, animation, audio, video, links, and most importantly, interactivity. The iLife integrated suite, included on all new Apple computers, is designed for the digital media revolution. Included in iLife are photo editing and manipulation, music and voiceovers, video production, DVD creation, and much more. Many of the programs included in iLife are available as iPad apps, including iMovie and GarageBand. A data projector is a device that projects the image that appears on a computer screen onto a larger screen, so an audience, such as students in a classroom or school, can see the image clearly. 3D projectors provides 3D content that engages students and enhances the learning experience. A popular teaching tool with educators is the interactive whiteboard, also called an electronic whiteboard, which turns a computer and data projector into a powerful tool for teaching and learning. The BrightLink interactive projector turns any surface into an interactive surface, such as a table, wall, or traditional dry erase whiteboard. SmartTable is a multi-touch, multi-user interactive learning center designed to encourage collaboration, discussion, and consensus building. Getting started in a new school. The Technology Committee consists of teachers, administrators, and staff who consider, investigate, advise, and make recommendations to the principal and technology coordinator about technology-related issues. A teacher's manual contains information, rules, regulations, rights and responsibilities, and policies and procedures, including those related to all aspects of technology in the district. It should provide answers to many of your questions. Most manuals are located on the school or school district website. Technology training. Most schools and school districts offer free training for teachers. In-service means training teachers after they have entered the profession of teaching. Hardware. Determining how you can upgrade your classroom computers or obtaining additional hardware is another item to consider. You may also need to look into educational grants for additional funds. Software. With hardware requirements decided, you will need to determine what kind of software is available to you and where you can find it. First, you should check your classroom computer for installed software. To learn more about the software available at your school or on the school's network, ask the school media specialist, curriculum resource teacher, technology facilitator, or district technology coordinator. Other technologies. Consider other technologies and where you can find them, such as a VCR, DVD player, digital media camera, digital video camera, scanner, projector, or an electronic whiteboard. Summary of technology and curriculum integration. Placing technology in the hands of students and trained teachers, making it easily accessible, and letting teachers decide what's best to use in their classroom.
So on the left here we have chicken coop fractions, which helps elementary kids with fractions. So it's a game that they can play with their friends or play by themselves, and it's you pretty much there's an egg in the corner, and you gotta find the correct answer. And I guess when you get the correct, you gotta see who gets the most eggs into the basket. So that's a brief overview of what chicken coop fractions is. And then on the right, we have what is Algebra Nation. It's not necessarily a game showing, but it's students explaining how has Algebra Nation helped them with their math. So Algebra Nation is pretty much like interactive. It's like a game, but you also can do it with a group. So it helps them with their math and helps them get through whatever they need to get through because it also helps the teacher um, with their different learning styles too.
And to finish up our PowerPoint, here is our scholarly article. The objective of this scholarly article was research was done to aim to test the model to design, implement, and evaluate learner-generated digital media as an assessment tool. The model was built on 4 to 5 different elements, including pedagogia, student training, hosting of the videos, marketing schemes, as well as feedback, group contribution, reflection, and evaluation. Subjects involved were 5 science subjects with a total of 270 students who were used to test the model as a guide for implementing learner-generated digital media on their assignments. The results brought about they had data that suggested that students had a positive attitude towards the learner-generated digital media for learning science. And the conclusions included students enjoyed the group work as well as the creativity that was involved as they identified the digital media support as a critical component of their learning process.